Welcome to Technia TV. I'm Rakesh Kumar, Assistant Professor in Technia Institute of Advanced Study. So in the last class, we have discussed about the types of sampling and some important points of the types. Now we will discuss the more elements, some more types of sampling. The next point is stratified sampling. Stratified random sampling is an improvement over the systematic sampling. In this method, the population elements are divided into the extra on the basis of some characteristics, and from each of these a smaller homogeneous group draw at the random at the predetermined number of unit. For example, suppose there are n number of students in your college, further divided into the subpopulation of various faculties like social sciences, arts, science, engineering, management, medicine, etc. It is a well established fact that students of different faculties have the different reading habits. Hence, each faculty would become your stream. Now you will divide it your sampling in the such a way that you have element of the all the extra. This addition of all the faculties like n1, n2, n3 nx is equal to n. For instance, you need to draw a sample of n student from n. You will actually choose a sample of n1 plus n2 plus n3 to infinite n from the infinite subgroup n1, n2, n3 to nx. This way you will are able to draw a more representative sample of the student of your college. Even those this method of sampling enables the researcher to get more detailed information about the subgroup of the population. There are certain regarding into the extra in the some cases. This method of sampling is cardinal when the need to oversample particular subgroup is required. For example, you can study an equal number of girls and boys in your college despite an inequality in the total population of girls and boys in your college. Next point of sampling is cluster sampling. Cluster sampling is one of the efficient method of the random sampling in which the population is first divided into the cluster and then a sample is selected from the cluster randomly. Unlike the above, in the pure cluster sampling, the whole cluster is sampled. In contrary to stratified sampling, there should be heterogeneity within the cluster and homogeneity between the cluster. The more homogeneity among the cluster, larger will be the margin to error or vice versa. The method of mostly feasible in the case of diverse population spread over the different areas. It is not possible in the case of simple random sampling. The participant with different demography are selected randomly from these area. This is an economical method and save the time of the researchers. Suppose you want to study the average woman's height in India, it is not possible to get a list of everyone. In such a case, you will divide the area into the cluster and draw a sample randomly from those cluster. The next point is multi-stage sampling. To data sample, this method actually uses a combination of various techniques. In this method, the population is divided into the group of various level, a group within a group, and so on. The sample is finally draw from the smallest group among all the groups. Suppose you want to study the coverage of Indian Express newspaper on gender issue of 10 year from 2000 to 2010. For that, you may break the period giving a 5-year gap and select year 2000, 2005, 2010 for the study. Then you may further select 3 months. For example, January, June and December of the aforementioned year of the study. You may further reduce the number of issues to be studied and select only first 2 weeks of all the 3 months of the selected year. You may further construct an odd number week or even number week and reduce your sample size. Finally, you may select an odd numbered week in January and even number week in June and odd number week in December. You may follow the sequence and the selected 63 issue of the newspaper for the study. Maybe there may be the more roughly and the some 3640 issue of the newspaper published in the 10 year. We have to only selected 63 issues. Now the next point is the non-probability sampling. Unlike probability sampling method, non-probability sampling technique use non-randomized method to draw the sample. Non-probability sampling method mostly involve judgment. Instead of randomization, participants are selected because they are easy to access. For example, your classmate and friends have the better chance to be a part of your sample. Even though in the certain case, non-probability sampling is a useful and convenient method of selecting a sample. The method is appropriate and the only method available in the certain cases. One of the major shortcomings of the non-probability sampling is that the finding established through this method lack generalizability. Even those findings obtained through this method apply mostly to the group of study. It may be wrong to extend these findings beyond that particular sample. Through the non-probability method, we can study particular phenomena with the potential to generate valuable insights. The non-probability sampling is used to study existing theoretical insight of the developing new ones. This method of sampling is considered less expensive, less complicated, and easy to apply and compared to its counterparts. Some non-probability method of the sampling as are follows: convenience sampling, purposive sampling, quota sampling, snowball sampling. Convenience sampling. In this method of sampling, researchers prefer participants to per their own convenience. The researcher select the closest live person as the respondent. In the convenience sampling, subjects who are readily accessible or the available to the researcher are selected. For example, you will choose your classmate and friend for the study as per your convenience. In the other words, in these types of non-probability sampling method, whoever meet the researcher qualified to be the part of your sample. For example, people in the street, you get the questionnaire field, you take the copy of your questionnaire and stand in your corner of the street. You will give the copy of the questionnaire to people passes by to you. Suppose whenever you go for the study in the field, you have to give the copy to the respondent and respondent have to fill all the questions whatever you have filled in the paper. Respondent have to give the answer. The next point is purposive sampling. In these types of sampling, the researcher chooses the participant as per his own judgment, keeping back in the mind of purpose of the study. It uses the judgment of the expert in the selecting cases or its selected case with the specific purpose of the study in your mind. These types of sampling is used in exploratory research or in the field research. With the purposive sampling, the researcher hardly know whether the case selected to represent the population or not. As mostly sampling problems is being addressed with a specific plan in your mind, whatever a study has been done, most of the sampling method may be considered purposive in the nature. Purposive sampling is somewhat less costly, most readily accessible, more convenient, and select only those individuals that are relevant to the research design. Besides this, there is no way to ensure that the sample is truly representative of the population, and more emphasis is placed on the ability of the researcher to access the element of the population. For example, For studying attitude towards any national issues, a sample of journalists, teachers and legislators may be selected for the study. They qualified to be the part of purposive sampling as they can be more reasonable, be expected to represent the correct attitude than other class of the public. Next point is quota sampling. To understand these types of sampling, all we have to do to understand the literal meaning of the quota. It is the sampling method. We pre-plan the number of participants in the specific category. For example, 100 literature, 100 illiterate. You select your sample according to some fixed quota. You allot share to different group. These types of sampling method may be the further divided into uncontrolled quota sampling and controlled quota sampling. In uncontrolled quota sampling, the researcher selected the sample as per own convenience. On the other side, some restrictions are imposed to limit researchers choose in the controlled quota sampling. These types of sampling is somehow related to stratified sampling. Make sure that the sample represent each group of esteem of the population. This type of sampling is somehow related to stratified sampling. Make sure that the sample represent each group of esteem of the population. Unlike the stratified sampling, the researcher in quota sampling method selected the subject available immediately for fulfill the criteria. The next point of the sampling is snowball sampling. It's also called the chain referral sampling. In this method, the sample is actually collected in the various states. Snowball sampling, which is a non-probability sampling method, is the basically sociometric in the nature. Although snowball sampling is considered to be a form of accidental sampling by some, this method is appropriate when the member of the spatial populations are difficult to locate. For example, houseless people, migrant worker, etc. It begins by the collection of data from one or more contact, usually known to be a person collecting the data. At the end of the data collection process, questionnaire survey of the interview of the data collection asks the respondent to provide contact information for each potential response. These potential respondents are contacted, interviewed, and further asked to provide more contact. This process goes on till the purpose for the researcher is achieved. According to Daniel, in a sense, quota sampling combines ability sampling and purposive sampling by the targeting a specific number of elements that have a specific characteristics. A snowball sampling is the most useful when they are very few method to secure a list of population or when the population is unknowable. Snowball sampling is most useful when there are very few methods to secure a list of population or when the population is unknowable. I hope you understand all these topics. For more video, like and subscribe Technia TV. Thank you.